Obviously, ASIS is known for IP video, but here at ASIS today, you're unveiling a new access control product. Tell us about it.
That is right. Here at ASIS in Chicago, we are unveiling for the first time the ASIS 8101, the network door controller. And while we're probably known for most people as a video surveillance company and the inventor of the IP network camera some 17 years ago, what ASIS has always been in intelligent devices that connect on the network, edge devices. So before the cameras, we had network print server, network storage service, a lot of different things. So for us, like myself, we've been with ASIS for a long time. This is just a very natural evolution to do yet another intelligent device that sits on the network and not doing video, but access control.
So, Fredrik, we talked about current trends going on right now in video. What do you think the future holds down the road, maybe 5, 10 years from now? What do you think we're going to be talking about as it relates to IP?
Yeah, it's a good question. You can only speculate, and sometimes you're wrong with the time estimates, but I think you can see 3 pretty clear trends when it comes to video surveillance. There was a time where video surveillance were being used mostly for deterrence. You had big cameras hanging down from ceilings, trying to make bad guys feel like, let's go to the other bank branch where they don't have as many cameras and do my robbery there. It was somewhat useful but difficult because of tapes and grainy video. Then it moved in some 10 years ago to the stage of forensics. And the stage of forensics meant that finally we could find the video because of the help of the DVRs. And eventually you can actually see clearly what was on the video when people started to use IP cameras with megapixel and HD TV. Moving forward, what we're moving into is the time of proactive surveillance, where you have not only great image quality, but also intelligence in the camera at the edge that can take decisions, that can help out, support the operators much more so than they're doing today, whether it's license plate recognition, whether it's motion detection, camera tampering, even more intelligence in the camera. And I think that's going to support security operations in a much more proactive sense than they have done in the past, and therefore shift a lot of investment to the video surveillance side compared to other means of providing security into the environment. So we're still, because of the capabilities, very hopeful for where this industry is going to go over the next coming years.
We've talked in the past about consolidation. We've obviously run stories about consolidation in the video market, but it doesn't seem like it's any more a question of if, but when. And in your opinion, when this consolidation comes about, what will it look like in the video market?
It's a good question. If you look at the overall video surveillance market, the top 10 players, if I recall correctly, only own some 40% of the market. And if you look at any other market that is a relatively mature market, normally you have the top 3 players having more than 50, if not 70% of the market share. So why is this not happen in the video surveillance space? Well, while I said it's a mature market, we also have the emerging market of IP video. And if you look at IP video only, and if you look at the top 3 players in IP video, at least in the United States, you're pretty close to 50%. And because the IP video is a much more technologically advanced market, it's not one of those you can OEM and put a cheap camera out. You need to have quite a bit of R&D staff and investment to kind of keep up with the trends. So I think once it shifts over more to IP, I think that's going to drive the consolidation with it as well.
Where do we currently stand as it relates to standards, and when will we reach that level of interoperability that end users are looking for today?
That's a good question, and kind of ties us back to why did ASIS get into the access control market? And one of the reasons is we can now piggyback on the relationships we've had with a lot of software companies over the last 10, 15 years. Genetec, Milestone, ONSSI, iMetis, IPconfigure, all of them show access control solutions here in the booth. And the reason they can do that is the API that we have inside of the new door controller is pretty much the same as we have in the network cameras. It's not an official standard in the sense that all vendors support it, but between all our product, from video to access control, they all work the same and provide that benefit of easy integration and call it the de facto, not a standard, but something that's well known on the market, how to integrate those products, and that brings a lot more value in the sense that it's quite easy to integrate it into different solutions and providing better solutions for the end users at the end of the day.